Santa Claus is coming to town， 这个是元旦节的时候人们最常听到的话，大概我们都会把它当成是一个快乐的神话，知道它是假的，希望它是真的。如果你希望它是真的，告诉你，或许你的希望并没有破碎。大概在西元4世纪的时候，1700年前，有这么一位著名的主教，他的名字叫做圣尼各老 （Saint Nicholas）。他以慷慨大方著名，所以呢，他每一年都把教会里头可以找到的所有的各种不同的钱都拿来分配给大家。而且他还有一个神话，他把3个快要被肢解的男孩放在腌菜里头，要把他腌死。你看那个年代的人多残忍，他救出了这3个男孩。所以就有这么一个人，叫做一个作家哈，他最近写了本书，叫做《圣诞老人传》，他追溯了1700年的历史沿革哈，那等于就是大概差不多4世纪的时候，他出现了，然后给了我们这么一个可爱的传说。
2025年的圣诞节，跑遍全世界送礼物的圣诞老公公得到了一份大礼。这本由杰瑞·保勒所写的《圣诞老人传》，追溯了这位传奇人物几世纪来的演变。
He is a wonderful myth, about 1,700 years old, American in renovation, and largely a conspiracy by families. So it changes over time.
St. Nicholas was an actual 4th century bishop. What was he most known for?
At the time of his life, he was known for generosity. But when he died, a cult grew up around him inside Christianity that made him the most influential, popular male saint on the Christian calendar. He was the patron saint of so many things, but probably his most famous miracle in the Middle Ages was his resurrection of 3 murdered boys who had been chopped up and put in a pickle barrel. He discovered this and put them all together again. So he becomes the patron saint of children, and thus, around maybe the 12th century, he was someone who parents and the church said came on December 6th to bring presents for good little girls and boys, to leave something in their shoe.
So, Jerry, it sounds like there's this darker side of the Santa Claus legend to talk about here that a lot of people are unaware of.
Well, in the 1500s, when Protestants abolished the cult of saints, parents had to have some kind of magical gift bringer. They still wanted that aspect. In many places, they turned to the Christ child. In French, you call it Le Petit Jésus. In German, it'd be Das Christkindl. The Christ child is certainly a great Christian symbol, but he lacked 2 things that St. Nicholas had. One, the baby is obviously not going to carry a big sack. And 2, he's not scary. And St. Nicholas could scare kids into good behavior. So what happened in Germany and in Northern Europe was that the Christ child started becoming accompanied by scary helpers. They carried a whip or switches or a chain. In Austria, of course, we have Krampus, which looks exactly like the devil. So he's one of those scary helpers.
So this goes back to your first answer, which is there was this conspiracy of families. Are they basically at the root of the Santa Claus that we know today?
Well, a number of New York poets and thinkers and rich landowners wanted to make St. Nicholas the bearer of good things and also a bit of a threat to bad kids.
Why do you think the legend of Santa Claus has endured for centuries?
Because it is so valuable to families. St. Nicholas is this embodiment of generosity, of unmerited favor, to which you add a fantasy, a midnight gift bringer from someplace enormously exotic, powered by reindeer, for crying out loud. It serves to give kids an idea of fantasy, of generosity. So as long as families continue to love Santa Claus, it doesn't matter what Wall Street or any particular denomination happens to be for or against him.
让无论多远的亲人感受到爱， 就是圣诞老公公历久不衰的魅力吧。